What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioWest 3 Raw TV. Today I'm making a video that I don't want to be making. I wish I didn't have to make. I was done training my clients. I checked my phone and I had a text from my friend Jorge. And Jorge said, hey man, did you hear that Matt Porter passed away? I was like, what? I was just fucking watching something on his Instagram like today. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. It took me a second. I was like Matt Porter, like the Matt Porter we know. It didn't sink in for a second, and I was like, holy shit. So has been confirmed. Matt Porter did pass away today. Today's the 30th of June. His wife put up a post on Facebook, and basically said that he's had some health problems throughout the years. And Matt was very forward about having this problems with his heart, his blood pressure. And, he had never really hidden anything about his health issues. And his wife, Rachel, who I can't even comprehend what she's feeling or going through right now, said that he was, feeling ill. Like he had a flu or something like that, like a cold for a couple weeks. And he thought he had pneumonia. And he went to the doctors and they couldn't find any pneumonia. And they said, oh, you just have a bad cold. And they sent him back, sent him away. Finally, he went in and they did some kind of chest scan and they found a mass in one of his lungs. Results of the mass have not come back yet. So they're still not really sure what the mass in his lung was, which probably could have, caused him those symptoms of feeling like pneumonia where you can't inflate your lungs and get enough, breath. That could easily have caused that symptom. Now, there's no reason to speculate on what happened. Rachel basically said he collapsed. He was laying on the floor and he looked up and said, Rachel, and then he just started to breathe weird and went into distress, and she started compressions until the paramedics got there and they rushed him away to the hospital and he passed away. Rachel said that she knew he was gone before they even got there, so even though they tried, there was no way that they were going to be able to save him. And so Matt and I's relationship, the way that him and I first were introduced to each other, back in the day there was a message board, and it's still up. It was called professionalmuscle.com. And man, there were some OGs on there, and we had the greatest bunch of guys. Matt was on there. Peter Putnam was on there. We had Big Kiwi, Justin Reese was on there. Phil Hernan was on there. Flex Lewis was on there at one point. And there's just so many guys on there. King Kamali was on there. There were so many guys on there that just were open and honest about everything and shared information with everybody, just about everything, with diet, drugs, everything. And he wasn't even really doing contest preps for people and stuff like back then. He was just competing himself. And I remember thinking, wow, this guy's got just fucking, he always comes in sliced, right? And then, throughout the years, we got to know each other on the message board and stuff like that, and then eventually met up in person. And I knew Matt to be the nicest fucking guy. Like, always positive, always upbeat. Even if someone wanted to talk shit about him, he didn't talk shit back about them. He would just go, well, everybody has an opinion, But he would try to break it down where whatever someone was talking shit about him, he would try to be scientific about it. He would be like, well, they said this, this, and this, but realistically, I train like this. You know what I mean? So this is going to cause this response. Like, he didn't take things personal, it seemed like. He didn't stress out about things that weren't important to him. Like, his family's important, his friends are important, but people that he didn't know, like, it just didn't stress him out. And he would always answer any question I had, just shoot the shit sometimes. Like, I'd show up at expos and just go to his booth and hang out and talk to him and stuff. Used his Vaso burn product with, myself, with all my clients competing and stuff. Vaso 7, which the inclusion of the 7 keto DHEA, that was the first 7 keto DHEA supplement I ever used after my competitions to bring my thyroid back up and keep my metabolism cranking afterwards. And that's where I got the idea for the 7 keto DHEA that's in my BMR4 product. And actually the idea was spawned by Matt using it in his Vaso 7. I started really looking into it after I used it, and it worked really well. I was like, let me see what else we can compound this with. Like, Matt was at the forefront of that. He was pioneering those things being used in the transdermals that I don't think anybody else had even realized could work. But his products absolutely worked. They were great. And, man, so the Olympia this year, I didn't get to talk to him. There's too many people around and stuff, and it was chaos. There was a lot of people at his booth and stuff, and I just kind of walked by and I was like, and he's like, hey, and then it just kind of kept going. But I don't know what to say, man. Like, this is something that as we get older, I'm 43 now. More and more people pass away in your life. More and more people disappear. Like in your circle of friends, your circle of family, it dwindles down as you get older, right? And you see people like Matt, who was so young, just had his son, Noah. And I'm like, that was their first kid, him and Rachel. And I'm like, fuck, man, like I can't, like, it's not that, you go, oh, this person didn't deserve to die. Like, nobody deserves to die, right? Unless they're like a criminal and they get put to death, whatever. But Matt really was one of those guys that had a lot to live for and had new beginnings with the family and stuff that is just shockingly gone now, And I got to give Rachel, I know Rachel, like, as long as I've known Matt pretty much, and she's always been like a real stand-up girl. Like, she's a very in-your-face, tell you how she feels. She's very, like, doesn't hide how she feels. If you ask her something, she'll tell you. She's not going to beat around the bush. And she was very vocal on, if you go to Matt's Facebook page, she put up a post and said that Matt had his health scares. He slimmed down. He dropped the muscle and stuff because he was worried about his health. He then went back on TRT and then went and decided to start taking one compound at a time and start taking steroids again. And then he was competing again. And she says right in it, and I applaud her for being so upfront, so honest, and so real. She says, I really wish he hadn't gone back to using those things. She goes, it was an addiction for him. He has addiction in his family. Bodybuilding itself was the addiction for him, not necessarily the drugs. It was the bodybuilding lifestyle, and he lived that lifestyle 24/7. He was always trying to pioneer new techniques as far as diet, training, and stuff like that, supplements. He was known as one of the best contest prep guru guys out there. And, man, it's just one of those things that hit kind of hard. I'm not really sure why. I mean, it's not like Matt and I were best friends. We were friends, but we weren't like best friends. We didn't hang out all the time and stuff. But it just seemed like, you have those people around you that you're like, oh, they have their shit together. You know what I mean? They have their shit together. They're good to go. But genetics-wise, we don't know what's lying under that genetic predisposition to where someone could just literally clutch their chest and just die of a heart attack right in front of you. You know what I mean? For like no reason at all and just be young. I mean, he was still a young guy. So if you guys, are a fan of Matt's or you appreciated his posts and stuff, if you use his products and stuff like that, maybe hop over to his Facebook page, Matt Porter's Facebook page, and leave a comment on there. Don't contact Rachel. She said she doesn't want to be contacted right now because she needs some time, which I completely fucking understand. But hop on his Facebook and leave a comment, like a positive comment on there because she's going to wind up reading these things. And my thing is, I have had a friend, June 5th will be 10 years that he passed away. And he had a 5-month-old son when he passed away. And that son is now 10 years old. Well, 10 and a half years old. And the things that were said about his dad, there were videos made around the time that he passed away after his funeral and stuff so that he could see us talking about his father. He could see how much his father was loved. He could see how much his father meant to other people. And I'm assuming that everything everybody writes on that, eventually someday Matt's son is going to see. And I think that would be really important for him to kind of understand because his mom, Rachel, is going to fill him in on everything about his dad, and his family's going to fill him in, his friends are going to, everybody's going to fill him in and tell him how amazing Matt was. But the people that never met him, people that did meet him, the people that he inspired around the world, it might be comforting for him to see that stuff later on, So as far as today goes, man, the day's over. I gotta, get back to work and stuff. But I want to take time to pay my respects publicly to Matt for being a good guy, for always listening when I had questions and shit like that. Just shooting the shit randomly at different expos or wherever we were. And always having a smile on his face. You know what I mean? Always having a smile on his face and being positive, which I think all of us could do a lot better at that. No matter how good we are, everybody could always be more positive. So, Matt Porter, rest in peace, brother. We'll all see you at some point. None of us are getting out of here alive, but you're going to be missed. And there's always going to be a legend of Matt Porter from now on. There's going to be the legend of the guy who broke ground with different training and dieting techniques and stuff like that, and how really, really he loved and lived the bodybuilding lifestyle. And I think that, will also be his legacy of going down in that Matt, to the day he died, did everything that he loved. He loved his family, he loved bodybuilding, he loved his supplement company, he loved the expos. He'd go on Jay Cutler TV all the time. He just loved this lifestyle, and he got to lead it up to the last breath he took, which all of us should be so lucky. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. Please don't fight. BioStraining.com is the blog. Rest in peace, Matt. And we're out.